How about it, everybody? It's a beautiful, cold, crisp December day, and my ride or die partner here are about to embark on an adventure. We're going to do a range test on the Massimo Cargo Max E-Trike. The manufacturer claims that it'll do 30 miles, so we're going to see. We'll be sticking out on the country roads. I tried to get the DMV to register this thing as a moped, but Massimo had put on the MCO, the manufacturer certificate of origin, that it was an electric motorcycle. So I was forced to register it as an electric motorcycle and pay the extra electric vehicle registration fee. Well, we're still out riding. Of course, you'll notice on my last video I was complaining a lot about the mirrors. Well, you won't be hearing that on this video, because I'll edit in here right quick a clip of modifications I did to the mirrors to raise them out. Basically, I just bought a piece of 3/8 ID tubing, cut some holes in everything, and JB welded an extension. So the mirrors are now about 4 inches higher and 4 inches wider than they were. The thing is actually running pretty good. It seems to be getting faster as it breaks in. As I said in my last video, an indicated 24 on the speedometer of this vehicle is an actual 19 miles an hour. Now we're getting an indicated 26. The odometer is kind of weird. It's not very dependable. And neither is it enough problem for me to worry about. I may check and see if there's a sensor or something that might need to be tightened up or moved closer. See, come to a stop sign, take a left, head down another old backcountry road. We're actually going to change our route a little bit. It's turned out to be a lot cooler than we thought it was going to be. The weather people lied to us again. At any rate, this is another hostile test because we all know electric vehicles don't perform as well in the wintertime. When it's cold, their range decreases. So we're really testing this thing out. Plus we're two up. I've strapped a 3,500 watt generator in the bed along with the charger. Is under the seat in a bag. You're not supposed to ride the charger around in the vehicle with you because it might be damaged by the bumps and stuff. But it's in the bag. It's kind of isolated from everything, so I've got it protected. If worse comes to worse, if the battery dies on us and we're away from the house, we'll see if it'll run home in hybrid mode with the charger running. Okay, it got just a little bit cooler on that first 5 miles than we thought. So we decided to cut back by the house and put on some warmer clothing. So anyhow, it's time to head out again. Let's take off on the next leg of this adventure. See how far this thing can go. Well, here we are. We're rolling along, kind of nice and slow, just cruising. We probably won't make a full 30 miles today. It's a bit cold and chilly out here. We're already at right about the 20-mile mark. And we're heading back to the house. By the time we get there, it'll probably be around 25 miles. We've still got 2 or 3 bars left on the battery gauge. Although, I suspect the battery gauge is a little wonky. We're going by mileage kept by the cell phone and Google Maps, because the odometer on this thing is just totally useless in all honesty. But I'm not going to complain about that, not at the price that we paid for it, not at the use that we have for it, which is mainly just to ride around out here in the country and to clean up around our yard. So it's a beautiful day. I wish it was as warm as it looked here in South Carolina, but it's not. I'll congratulate my wife for sticking by me on this ride. She didn't even have to be here. She's got her face all covered up, as you can see. But she's always open for an adventure. Every man that loves motorcycles and mechanical force hockey really needs an adventurous woman to ride with him. Hey, there's some kids playing with their new four-wheeler. Merry Christmas, everybody. Glad to see he's wearing a lid. He's learning to skid it a little bit. He's having a blast. We're actually cruising along in second gear. We've spent most of this trip pinned wide open as fast as this thing would go. But now we're just taking it easy a little bit. Checking out the fields and the cows. I ain't got a lot of modifications planned for this thing. Like I said, another 12 volts worth of battery and a bigger controller for a little more speed. I might have to come up with some type of cruise controller, because it does get tiresome. Plenty of battery life left. Battery gauge is kind of weird. It's a little bit wonky, because the faster you're going, the further it goes down, but then when you slow down, it goes back up. It's almost like it's adaptive for your speed. Turn high speed back on now. The ride quality is a bit rough. It's good for a smooth yard, a smooth property, or a reasonable pavement. This ain't no off-road machine. So don't buy one for your kids to tear up around the woods or a trail or the yard, because it'll beat them to death. But if you got something to do, or if you want a neighborhood electric vehicle that's better than a golf cart, or more handy than a golf cart, I won't say better, more handy, for only 2 people to ride on, it's a pretty good deal. Oh yeah, now the battery's kind of pegging back down into the red zone as we're pulling hard uphill. But it's not a steep hill. It's still climbing, it's still accelerating. Like I say, it's really a cold day. Cold weather really handicaps electric vehicles. There we go, we leveled off, speed's back up. Battery indicator went back up a bar or 2. Like I said, it's kind of strange. It does not have a set indication of battery life. It's entirely speed dependent. If you slow down, it will come up. If you speed up, it will go down. Good thing about being out here, most of our people are nice. Doesn't really matter what part of the nation you live in, there's still no better place to live than in the countryside. Yeah, I have lived uptown before and I enjoyed myself, had a good time in certain towns that I've lived in, like Wilmington, North Carolina. But overall, I still prefer to be out in the sticks. Well, it's the next day after that ride. That was over 2 hours worth of video footage for the ride from both cameras. So I had to edit that down a lot. I realized it might have been kind of dull watching 2 old people ride around at golf cart speed. But I wanted to show you that I had actually made the trip, how far we had actually gone, and show you some of the beautiful countryside. It's just a nice, really nice, lovely place here. And it's a perfect thing for a vehicle like the Massimo Cargo E-Trike, especially if you can get it legally registered for the road, which I did. I originally set out to register it as a motorcycle, as I said earlier in the video. registered as a moped, I meant, but was only able to register it as a motorcycle due to the fact that the manufacturer's certificate of origin labels it an electric motorcycle. So despite the fact that it only goes moped speed, I had to register it as a motorcycle. That's not a big deal, but if someone from Massimo is watching, that may be something to change in the future. It would help all your customers out a lot. If your vehicle does not go any faster than 35 miles an hour and it is a three-wheeled motorcycle, please put on the certificate of origin that it is a moped. It would save us all a lot of time and money. Anyhow, the state DMV allowed me to register it as an electric motorcycle. It took them a couple of weeks to make the determination whether or not I'd be allowed to register it. But it all went well, so I paid property taxes and registered it and got a plate on it. So now I feel safe driving it wherever I want to. It's sitting back over here with the charger plugged in. Like I said, we didn't go the whole 30 miles. It was just a bit cold and it was a bit slow. We were out on it for over 2 hours just to get 24 miles worth of footage. So it went well, and I'm confident that it would do the manufacturer's 30-mile range. As I said, we had a throttle pin. We also had the headlight on. As per South Carolina state law, you have to run your headlight on a motorcycle at all times. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. 2024 has been a fairly good but interesting year here around the shop. I'm back working on the SR 500. I had it running good and starting good, but then this little coil right here, the ignition pickup coil on the stator, went out. That means the entire stator has to be replaced. I'll tell you about that more as I go along later. So I'm trying to decide at this point if I want to send the stator off to Rick's Electric and have it rebuilt, or just buy a complete power dynamo unit, which will be a new flywheel, stator and all. I'd like to thank We-Bike in Japan for their support of the channel this year. It has been great. They've supplied me with so many beautiful custom parts for this bike, as well as repair parts. I've got another set of parts coming up on my Honda Pacific Coast. You can see behind me I ordered a set of Hyper Pro fork springs from We-Bike, and when those come in, I'll install them and test them out and tell you how that goes. It really needs something though. It's a bit ponderous and heavy on the front end, and the front end bottoms out real easily. But anyhow, thank you for sticking around and watching this test of the Massimo Cargo E-Trike. We wanted to do a range test. We wanted to verify that it would do what the manufacturer said. And I'm quite confident that it will, even though I didn't run the full 30 miles. I ran 24 miles with the headlight on, most of the time at wide open throttle. And basically I just wimped out on you. But we were, like I said, 2 hours riding in temperatures just above freezing. It was fun, it really was, but it was cold, and we are from the south and we're used to it being warm, so we decided to call it good enough. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you'll keep watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Anything to help me out, be sure to go shop at We-Bike Japan. And as always, keep riding, keep wrenching, and stay crazy.